Okay, this video is gonna look and sound crappy because I'm on my phone, don't have my camera with me, but that's okay. So when I made my last angry rant, a lot of you, a good number of you, a huge number of you Xbox fans were calling me out, saying that I don't get mad at Sony when they make a mistake. I don't yell at Sony and PlayStation when they do something wrong. And the reason for that was, since I started my channel, there hasn't really been anything that they did for me to call them out. But not only that, but if you actually take the time and look at my videos, when the PS5 was released, you can see a good number of videos me yelling at Sony for doing a terrible job with the launch of the new consoles. So for those who are calling me Sony ponies, Sony fanboys, I invite you to go look at my other videos so you can see me yelling at Sony, and continue to watch this one where I yell at Sony, because two things came out recently from Sony and PlayStation and what they're doing with certain franchises, okay? Now, the first one is they rejected a pitch for a Days Gone sequel. Now, personally for me, this doesn't affect me too much because I didn't play Days Gone. So it's only a form of anger in the fact that a lot of people on Reddit and Twitter are very upset because they want a Days Gone sequel. For whatever reason, you know, they enjoyed it. That's completely fine. And as a company who makes these games, you have the capability to see your sales numbers, to see how many units this game sold, but you also have the internet at your hands. So you can take a look on Reddit and Twitter, and you can see how many of these fans are upset because you're not releasing a sequel for Days Gone. So the fact that they don't want to make a sequel for this game, we don't know the reason why. We don't know why they rejected the pitch. I heard the argument of maybe they should make a better pitch. I don't think that really is the case. It is partially the case, but the fact that they don't want to take a look at how many fans are really pissed off because they're not getting a sequel for Days Gone. And that's the first part about this video. The fact that you are, you know, you claim to listen to your fans, you claim to do what your fans are, not what your fans want, but you want to make your fans happy. So you want to take the feedback. So I hope they take the feedback here and make the fans happy by making a Days Gone sequel, because there's fans out there who wants it. Make it, okay? The second thing that happened that really pissed off a lot of people over this weekend or this past couple of days is the fact that they are doing a remake of the first Last of Us. And from what I'm hearing, it's not just a remastered again for the PS5. It's a completely new version, a new remake, probably a new story and everything. And my question is why, okay? Because Last of Us 1, not only did it come out not so long ago, considering other games who gets remade, like Spyro Trilogy got remade. Those games came out on PS1. Crash Bandicoot games got remade. Those games came out on PS1. Resident Evil games were on PS2. So The Last of Us 1 is not old enough to get a remake. That's number one. Number two, Last of Us 1 was a phenomenal game. It won so many awards. So many people loved the game. So why are you making a remake? What is the reason for a remake? And the crazy thing about it is, whether it's Sony's decision or Naughty Dog's decision, you want to make a remake of a game that is still playable today on the PS5, still accessible, still pretty damn amazing, but you won't make a Jak and Daxter sequel, which is something that your fans have been asking for since the last Jak and Daxter game, which is Jak X on the PS2. You skip the PS3, you skip the PS4, and you're still not have any plans, as we can tell, to make a Jak and Daxter sequel. You have the PSP ones, the Daxter game, and was it the Lost Frontier? Nobody played those games. They didn't do as well as the other Jak games in the main series. So your fans want a new Jak and Daxter sequel. You won't give it to us. And then you want to remake the first Last of Us? It's not old enough to get a remake. It didn't do bad to get a remake. If you're doing a remake just because of the negative feedback you got on Last of Us 2, take the feedback, put it into a third game, do better with the story. Granted, a story is subjective. Some people love the story, some people didn't like the story. But a lot of people didn't really like the second one because of how you went with the story design, your direction in the story, because of what you did. I don't even have to say spoiler warning because this game been out for long enough for you to have known what happened. Plus, all the leaks came out. So a lot of people hated the fact that you killed Joel. And if you're doing a remake just to bring Joel back for the fans, I can understand that, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense because you already made your decision to kill him off, and you're now going to do a completely new remake just to get the fans, or, you know, to make them happy. I understand that. Let's make the fans happy, of course. But they're telling you right now, they don't want the remake. They just want probably another sequel that's better than the second one. I will admit, the second one, while I was disappointed with the story, the gameplay was pretty good. I actually felt, immersed in the game. I felt fear in certain parts of the game. So you guys did great on the atmosphere for the second game. It was the story that was the problem. It was the fact that you play as Abby, which no one liked her. Nobody wanted to play as her. We were supposed to get Ellie's story. We were supposed to play as Ellie throughout the whole game, and we didn't get her for the whole game. That was the problem. So you want to make your fans happy, don't remake the first one. Make a new sequel and do better with the story. But it's too late now, because you're gonna make a remake, and the fans are not happy with it. But at this point, we may have to just take it as is and see if we enjoy it. And it's crazy because I understand why you want to do a remake. You think it'll make them happy by bringing back Joel and maybe doing him justice for a sequel to that remake. But I also feel like it's too late at this point. You already made your decision. You already put it in. It's set in stone. He's killed off in the second game. Maybe do a third game and make it a much better story. I don't know where else you would go other than making the game based on Abby, based on how her ending was for the second game. I don't know if people want to play as Abby because of how she was in the second game. Because you try to make us understand her side of the story, and people didn't really care. It's all over the internet. A lot of people just hated Abby, and I think it's kind of hard to see where you want to go, or kind of hard to choose a side, because you want justice for Joel. You want them to do better and bring him back, but you also don't want a remake, and people are really upset about this remake. You know, as I said, the original Last of Us was phenomenal. If you still haven't played it yet, you can play it on PS4. If you have a PS4, you can buy it. You can also buy it for super cheap, like $15 roughly. If you have a PS5, it's part of the Plus collection. You can play it on PS5. So I just think that what you need to do is take the feedback of the fans and provide for them what they want. Take the time to provide what they want. If they don't want a remake, don't give them a remake. Give them a Jak and Daxter sequel. They've been wanting that for years. And then the fans, they want a Days Gone sequel, so give them a Days Gone sequel. I heard the argument that Days Gone may be too similar to Last of Us. My only argument to that is, one is with infected from a virus, which is Last of Us, and I believe Days Gone was strictly zombies. But Days Gone also has the open world element to it. It has the motorcycle element, and it has the horde element. You have a horde of zombies that can chase you, whereas Last of Us didn't really have that. So similar, but not exactly. So I think that after everything going on with all the fans' feedback, try to get a Days Gone sequel for the fans who want it, and do justice for the Last of Us franchise, or just do a Jak and Daxter sequel, because they would rather, I think they would rather take that over a Last of Us remake, okay? And as I said, I call out the companies who do wrong. I called out Nintendo a couple of times. I called out Xbox last time. So now it's PlayStation and Sony getting it this time. And as I said, if you're gonna call me a fanboy of one console or whatever, just take the time and watch the other videos, okay? Don't just be that person who watches the one video and judges the person based on that one video. Actually take your time and watch the other videos. I had a guy comment on one of my other videos apologizing because he saw a certain video about me, assumed something about me, then saw my other videos and said, you know what, I actually like your content. You actually seem like a really decent guy, a chill guy. So take the time, watch my content, and decide for yourself, am I a fanboy of just one console, or am I a fan of all consoles, and do I call out all consoles and companies when they do something wrong? That's what I do. I called out Microsoft and Xbox. I've called out Nintendo with the Switch. Now I'm calling out Sony, okay? So that's my rant for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next time. Also, just a friendly reminder, because I keep saying this over and over again, some of my rants are legit my personal thoughts on it. Other ones are more so to express how the fans are feeling about the news, or how the gaming community is. So my Xbox video, which has over 5,000 views now, that was to express how people were upset with Bethesda being purchased by Microsoft. And again, I said this 100 times, I have an Xbox, I have Game Pass, so it didn't bother me. It was to express how the gaming community is feeling, okay? With Nintendo, that was for me personally, as well as how the gaming community felt, because when they had the last Direct, a lot of people hated that Direct. A lot of people were with me when I had the angry rant in terms of supporting me. This one for Sony is more so of the fans who are upset. Like I said, I didn't play Days Gone, but I'm expressing how the community feels about the Days Gone sequel. And then the PS5 rants, those were legit me trying to get a PS5, couldn't get one, ranted about it. So again, don't watch the one rant and just judge the person. Watch the other videos, okay? You made your way to one video, just do the right fucking thing and watch the other fucking videos, okay? It's not that complicated. It doesn't take that much out of your day. You're probably sitting on your ass anyway, so like I am, sitting on my ass, but bye.